Hey guys, Spider here, and I apologize for my cold again. I can't help it. Very, very busy weekend, and the changing weather here in London, Ontario, not getting enough sleep, that sort of thing. But the game must go on as it always does, so I will continue to bring everything I bring you, and you just have to get used to my raspy voice. I told Spiderwife, I'm dying, I'm dying, you have to take care of me. But it was Mother's Day and my daughter's birthday this past weekend, so it was very, very busy. But anyways, wanted to bring you some latest stuff on Black Ops 2. The first thing is the game engine, and there was an article released on Now Gamer where Mark Lamia was talking about the Black Ops 2 game engine. Now they're calling it Black Ops 2 powered by the Black Ops 2 engine. But really, I mean, they're using the same engine basically that has been around since 2007 in COD 4. And if you think about how, and that was actually an Infinity Ward built the engine and they actually called it IW 3.0 and features real world, true world dynamic lighting, HDR lighting effects, dynamic shadows, and depth of field. Bullet penetration is calculated by the engine, taking into account factors such as surface type and entity thickness. It runs in a native resolution of 600p on the Xbox 360 and PS3, and supposedly, since the release of that game engine, 60 frames a second, except on the Wii, where it runs at 30 frames per second. Now, if you think about when that game was released in 2007, you could probably consider that the development of that engine probably began late 2005, early 2006 would be my guess. So, I mean, in order for it to be released in 2007, they'd have to build the engine and then build the game on top of the engine. So, my guess is in and around 2005. So, Black Ops 2 is using a game engine that was built in 2005. So, basically, a 7-year-old game engine. But obviously, they've built upon it. The only problem is, and he goes into a bit of detail about building upon it, right? So, they're calling it the Black Ops 2 engine, but it still contains core code from the traditional COD engine, upgrading what went before with Black Ops, according to Mark Lamia. Um, and obviously, he's trying to defend it, saying engines, each time they get touched, they change, the creators alter them, and they don't modify what they don't need to, and then just modify what they do intend to make use out of. And and obviously explain you can't make a competitive product if you're not upgrading the engine along the way, which is great. I mean, you upgrade it, but the problem is, and I do have a bit of a development background. I mean, if you're continually modifying and adding new things on top of an old engine, it just gets old. I mean, there's a lot of probably core code that may not necessarily run as efficient as if you were to rewrite that code using today's technology. Again, 7 years is. I'd equate those 7 years, especially in technology. I'd almost equate that to 7 dog years, right? When you consider technology and the doubling of speed and the doubling of storage and that sort of thing every couple years. I mean, 7 years is a freaking hell of a long time. But and he just goes on to defend it. Well, I have a new graphics engine. Is that a new engine? Where does it start and stop? Well, I know you can trace. He's saying you trace code back for a very long time, but again, you're still building new things on top of an old code in an old engine. So let's keep our fingers crossed. They are the two things that they were trying to really push on Black Ops 2 was the graphics and the lighting. And that's basically what they did. They did a sort of a complete overhaul in the graphics system and the lighting system in order to bring it into Black Ops 2. And again, he's stating that we want to keep it running at 60 frames per second. And they're saying that they did that. So, but anyways, it's still the same engine, really, the same engine again, just tweaked, and graphics and lighting piled on top of it. Let's just hope the gameplay's there. Where it's going to be a wait and see, and hopefully with the sort of dedication that they say they're putting towards the multiplayer. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm still not feeling very well, but they're putting that towards this new multiplayer and sort of building it from ground up as far as the perk systems and the guns and unlocks and that sort of thing. So let's hope they can keep this game competitive. And there's actually a video I wanted to do on the whole competitive scene, because we'd really not like to see Black Ops 2 go the way of the last several Call of Duties, where basically everybody's using the same weapon. And I think in Black Ops in the competitive scene, I mean, it's all FAMAS. Everybody uses the FAMAS, and that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, so hopefully they can balance it a little bit better. The other thing I wanted to mention was about these retailers that are putting out special deals for Black Ops 2, and there's one in particular. It's a UK supermarket chain called Sainsbury's, and they've always been pretty aggressive for selling Call of Duty. And what they've actually offered to their customers today is, if you use, I'll link you to the article. There's a voucher code that they offer, and if you order online, you can actually reduce the price of the game by 20% of their whatever they list the game at, which is crazy. I mean, for a new release, I mean, they're not making money on this, and it's surprising to me that they do it online. But they want people in there. They, in order to order it online, you have to register, you have to enter your personal information, you have to give them your credit card information. I'm sure, and I'm sure that they're also going to send you other deals or try to get to sell you on other stuff, and that's the whole point. You have these big sales to get you in the store, and once you're in the store, you're going to buy other stuff that they're going to make more margin on, and it's the same with the online transactions. So they've actually, their list price for Black Ops 2 is £45, I guess, £45, and with the 20% that reduces it to £36. So you can pre-order Black Ops 2 for £36, and the PC version drops from £35 to £28. So you can get the PC version of Black Ops 2 for £28 in the UK by ordering online with these guys. So, but I really have to say, I mean, is this the sort of thing that is the reason that Game is in trouble? I mean, Game in the UK recently closed, at least a third of their locations, and I think they eventually got bought out, but they were going to go bankrupt. But the same thing has happened to Game in Australia. I believe they're gone in. I don't know if they're gone into bankruptcy protection or not, but I know they're in a lot of trouble, and they're going to be closing a lot of stores, probably laying off a lot of people. So unfortunately, but it is a cutthroat market out there, isn't it? And these guys at Sainsbury's, they're not helping the situation. Obviously, they're trying to increase market share, as is I don't know if it was HMV in the UK or not that we're talking about ramping up their gaming profile in order to take market share from Game while they were struggling. So it's really cutthroat out there in gaming. And it's just interesting that these guys are offering such a deep discount on pre-orders of Black Ops 2. So if you're in the UK, you want to take advantage of it, go nuts. And that's it. So leave some comments on the game engine discussion, as well as the price reductions here on Black Ops 2. Again, I apologize for the voice. I don't know. Man, I hate getting freaking colds. It sucks. Anyways, that's it. I'm Spider and I'm out.